Welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about how Eminem stops Taylor Swift from making history. For the first time in months, Taylor Swift doesn't rule the Billboard 200. The singer had been running the show on the most important albums chart in the US since early May. She faced tough competition from a number of superstars, but one of the most successful rappers ever turned out to be the one who ended her winning streak. Eminem debuts his new album The Death of Slim Shady Coup de Grace at number 1 on this week's Billboard 200. As the hip-hop powerhouse launches his latest set atop the tally, he stops Swift from making history. Swift's The Tortured Poets department currently shares the record for the second most weeks at number 1 from a title's debut in first place. She is tied with Morgan Wallen, whose One Thing at a Time managed the same feat before stepping down. With a 12th week at number 1 without ever dipping from that position, Swift broke out of her match with Whitney Houston. Until the Tortured Poets department spent its 12th week on top, the two women were tied for the honor of having the longest-running leader on the Billboard 200 from its debut at number 1, as Houston's managed 11 frames in charge from its arrival until it finally ceded control over the list back in the 80s. If the Tortured Poets department had held on and topped the Billboard 200 for a 13th week, it would have made history once again. Only one release, Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, managed a lucky 13 stays at number 1 on the tally after opening in first place. Swift won't match Wonder's record, though she might return to the summit. The Tortured Poets department is still performing very well, and all it will take for the title to jump back to number 1 is a quiet frame with few major releases. It doesn't seem like that's in the cards for this forthcoming frame, as new projects from stars like Stray Kids and BTS singer Jimin are competing for the top debut, but Swift's latest shouldn't be counted out just yet. The Death of Slim Shady debuts at number 1 on the Billboard 200 with 281,000 equivalent units shifted. That sum is largely made up of streaming units, as the tracks featured on the project racked up an incredible 220 million plays on platforms like Spotify and Apple Music in the first tracking week the full length was available. It also sold 114,000 copies, despite only being available to purchase digitally. Thank you for watching.